Hi, I am Dr. Letitia Henry with the Prevention Specialist.
The featured non-starchy vegetable for this video is going to be collard greens. Now, there are a whole host of different types of leafy green vegetables that I'm going to be covering in this series. And this one, it's actually my least favorite. Can I say that out loud? I have a least favorite leafy green vegetable. But it's one that I've grown up with most of my life, partly because my mom loves collard greens. It is a staple in Southern cooking, and it's said that collard greens are traditionally eaten on New Year's Day in the southern part of the United States, along with black-eyed peas and cornbread. And it's said to ensure wealth for the coming year because the green leaves symbolizes money. But the reason I tend to not like collard greens is because of their slightly bitter taste. And so it's not one of my favorites. But I'm going to share in a little bit. There are some things that you can do to help that bitter taste so that you can enjoy them. But we first got to talk about why they're so important for you to include them in your diet on a regular basis. And the nutrient content on these are really, really good. So, collard greens are rich in vitamins A, C, and K, and also have a decent amount of calcium, iron, and magnesium. And these are also have a lot of powerful antioxidants that can help to reduce your risk for different chronic diseases. But the vitamin K found in collard greens for one single cup of cooked collard greens, it provides more than 100% of the recommended daily intake for vitamin K. And so, due to its high vitamin K content, and also because it has some calcium, collard greens are beneficial for bone health, helping to prevent osteoporosis. They also have anti-inflammatory properties that can help to manage diabetes and protect or support your heart. Now, collard greens can be prepared in a variety of ways. A lot of people steam them, boil them, saute it. But as I mentioned earlier, the bitter taste sometimes makes it so that they're not as enjoyable. But here are some tips, some things to do or to look for to be able to make sure you can have some enjoyable collard greens. You want to choose the young, tender leaves. So the older the leaves are, the bigger, sometimes they're more bitter. So if you can get the smaller leaves. The other thing that you can do is remove the stems. The stems of the collard greens can be a bit bitter. So when you remove them before cooking, it can improve the overall dish. Some people also recommend that you blanch the collard greens before cooking. So you're going to briefly boil the collard greens, maybe about 2 to 3 minutes. And then you're going to plunge them in ice water to help stop the cooking process. And then you're draining them well. And then you're going to continue cooking them after that. And it seems that by blanching them, you can reduce some of the bitterness of the collard greens. The final option I'm going to share is just some people will add a splash of vinegar or lemon juice, lime juice that helps to cut the bitterness. So the acidic ingredients can seem to help cut some of the bitterness as well. I'm going to give you a nice simple recipe that you should give a try where you're sauteing some collard greens with some minced garlic, in a little olive oil, and you're adding the chopped collard greens and cooking them until they've wilted and are nice and tender. And then you are going to splash a little vinegar on there and put some smoked paprika, which seems to pair beautifully and adds a nice smoky depth to the collard greens. The other thing I want you to try is finding a way to include collard greens in some of your traditional dishes. If, for example, you're not able to find some of the local callaloo bush, instead of just using spinach as your greens for your callaloo, you could also do collard greens and incorporate that with your seafood callaloo or whatever callaloo you plan to make. So find ways in the meals that you usually eat, find ways to integrate collard greens in them. When you add this wonderful leafy green, non-starchy vegetable to your diet, its nutritional profile makes it an excellent choice for you to help improve your health. So I hope you give it a try.
This is Dr. Letitia Henry with the Prevention Specialist, reminding you to add some color to your plate.